And basically I'm going to do a little tutorial. It might get a little bit technical and we get into it very quickly. But if you don't know me and some of my hobbies or some of my interests, I'm a huge Chicago Bears fan, and Chicago beat the Packers last night, and I tweeted this last night. And Chloe Trustman, she's actually the daughter of the head coach of Chicago, so I thought that was pretty neat. But coming back to kind of what this video is about, basically, if you have an Empower Network blog, it's going to look, the URL or the address is going to look a little bit like this. But with the new release of the Blog Beast, you can actually name your domain whatever you want to name it, you can actually use it. So for example, I bought this domain earlier today and I domain mapped it to it. So it's just davidjohnsonlive.com. And these two are the same addresses. So same thing, just different URLs, but they have the same content and everything. So I'm going to kind of show you how to do that. But the first thing you want to do is to buy a domain name. You can go to GoDaddy.com. I use cheap domains, and I'm going to have to log in here a little bit later. So hopefully it'll let me. Okay, cheapdomain.com. I have used GoDaddy in the past. They're good. I just heard of Cheap Domain probably about a year ago. They became pretty popular, so I thought I'd give them a chance, and they seem to be pretty good too. HostGator would be another one, and there's a lot of different places you can buy domain names, but I just use Cheap Domain. So once you get the domain, what you're going to do is you're going to hit over here to Empower Network, and let me close out one of these tabs. My computer's a little bit old, so it's running a little bit slow because I think I'm recording this screen. So you're just going to log into your Empower Network blog or into the back office of Empower Network. Okay. Again, my computer is very old. I need to buy a new laptop, I think. So we'll log in. And hopefully to get there. Okay, so once you get into the back office, if you click over here under David Johnson or whatever your username or your name is, you can click on this and it should drop down the menu. Okay, and edit, view my blog, and that's where you want to go to. So you go view, edit my blog, click on that, and give it a few minutes. Okay, so here's my blog, and when you're logged in, it should be a little plus sign that pops up over here. Hopefully it'll pop up in a few minutes, and this is going to let you edit a lot of stuff in your blog. So hopefully it will get there soon. Okay, Okay, once this pops up, you see this little plus sign. So click on that, and it's going to kind of open up another menu, and it's going to let you kind of edit some things in your blog if you want to edit them. Okay, and what you're going to do, make sure if you've added a new blog, they're going to appear up here. If you haven't added it, it's going to be my Empower Network blog. And then all you're going to do is go over here to custom domain, and it should be clickable. So you're going to click on that. Okay, mine is a little bit different. Yours might have a little bit, it may have some instructions on how to do that. So I'm going to actually go ahead and remove my domain right now, just to show you kind of what it's going to be. So what you're going to do is the domain that you bought, you're just going to enter it here. So mine was www.davidjohnsonlive.com, and you're going to include the www in it. It's going to say available, and then you're going to hit next. Okay, and this is what you're going to want to remember. So don't click verify yet. What you want to do is the CNAME value, that's the one that you want. So you can kind of copy that. You may have to copy the period, you may not, depending on whichever the domain names, cheap domain you don't. So I'm going to go over to cheap domains. GoDaddy, if you bought it from GoDaddy, it's very similar. If you have any trouble with this, you can also contact the support, and they can wanted to walk me through it. I have heard that HostGator will actually just do it for you if you go on their chat, on their technical support for chat, but they actually walked me through it, and that's what I'm going to do here. So once you bought your domain, you just log into your account, and you're going to click on launch. Okay. And it may open up another tab depending on, or window, depending on what you're using. Okay, it's going to take a few minutes. Okay, so once this is open, what you're going to do is you're just going to click on the domain. You're just going to click on the domain that you just bought, or the domain that you want to use if you have several. And what you're going to do is go down, actually, you're going to click on the second tab, DNS zone file. So that's what you're going to click on. And then the only thing you're going to do here is, I'm just going to leave that in the background. Only thing you're going to do here, when you come down here to CNAME alias, www, you're going to click, well, actually you have to click on edit first, and it'll pop up with a few things. Okay, so once you click on edit, this will come up, and you're going to see calendar, email, and all that good stuff. What you want to do is scroll down a little bit to where you see www, and you're going to take this, you're going to take your Empower Network blog, which is this, the CNAME value. You're going to take that, copy it, and you're just going to paste it here. So when you first come here, it's probably going to be an @ sign, so you just paste it there. Once you do that, you can just save zone files, and it could take up to an hour to actually change it, depending on how fast the service is. So so you may want to, I think in Empower Network they say go have a lunch or something before you do this. Once you do that, you save it. Then what you're going to do is, I've already done it, so verify custom domain, and it's going to say domain verified. Okay, and now what's going to happen is when you come over here and you type in www.davidjohnsonlive, whatever domain that you bought, when you type that in, it's going to bring up your Empower Network blog. It should. So there's my Empower Network blog. It brought it up. So so we're good there. The one thing you may run into, and we're going to take care of this very quickly, it's not that hard, and mine is probably already set up, but if I did not set this up and someone just types in live without the www part, they just type in davidjohnsonlive.com, it would actually come up with the park site. It shouldn't now, so it's going to go fine. So in order to prevent that, what you can do is you can go back over to cheap domain or wherever you bought it, and what you're going to do is go back to dashboard, and you may have to log in because it could take a little while for the other thing to update. So you go back to dashboard. If it'll let me go back. Okay, keep it. Okay, and what you're going to do is let me go back to I'm trying to figure out how to get back to my account, basically. Okay, account overview. Okay, so when you log back in, basically, I'll show you kind of how to do it. And basically all you're going to do is just forward the domain to your new domain site, basically. So when if someone doesn't type into www, then you have no problem. They will still find your website. So, and it's pretty easy to do. So if you already know how to do it, you can kind of go ahead and do that, and you're all set up, ready to go. And once Empowered Network says verified, then you're good to go. You can test it out a little bit. But if you're still kind of wondering what to do, so you're going to come back to here. And you can click on the name, and it should pop up with the new thing here. Okay, and then all you're going to do is go down here, forwarding. Okay, with cheap domains, you may have to actually go through another order. It's free. It's still free, but you may have to just go through. You may have to buy these forwarding credits. I was trying to set it up. I couldn't do it until I bought a forwarding credit. It's free. So, but once you do that, and you may have to run through it. Once you do that, you're going to kind of come in here, and you will see actually yours will look a little bit different from mine. But what you're going to do is you're going to add this to it. So this is my domain name that I bought, davidjohnsonlive.com, and you're just going to forward it. I just did 301 permanent. You can do masking or forwarding. It doesn't really matter. I just did forward only. If you mask it, basically what would happen is whatever they type as a URL, that will stay in the URL. If you don't mask it, it'll switch. Whatever they type will switch to this name. It doesn't really matter that much. It's not really that important, but I just do forward only, and then you would just click save, and another one will pop up here saying save. And it may take a little while for it to work. You may have to clear your cache. I had to do that to get it to work. You may have to clear your cache and history and all that good stuff to get it to work, but it should work no problem. If you have any problems, of course, contact support of wherever you bought it, and they can probably help you out. And basically what it looks like basically is, before, if you had just your Empowered Network blog, the older URL, it wouldn't let you post on Facebook and some other websites for several reasons. The main reason, when Empowered Network first started, you could post Empowered Network links fine on Facebook, but what was happening, so many people were posting their blog on Facebook, and Facebook, they just seen that little link, empowerednetwork.com, so they thought everyone was posting the same thing over and over, even though it was a different part. So they kind of stopped that, and you had to go through and basically go through where you kind of do social media bar would be one. Prosperity Team had their own where you could link it, but now you don't have to do that. So so for example, if I wanted to post this on Facebook, and I will post it very quickly just to kind of show you kind of what it looks like. So no more do I have the domain Empower my domain, your Empower user domain .empowerednetwork.com. So let me jump over to Facebook real quick, and I'm probably going to delete it once I post it. I just want to show you if my computer will cooperate with me. Okay, and I'll probably have to log in because I just cleared out my cache to make sure that the forward was working. Okay, and so basically if I want to do an update, I'm just going to do so I'm just going to do just a test. Okay, just and my computer with all these tabs open, my computer running very slow. Close out and might run a little bit faster. I may have to start doing these on Chrome. Maybe Chrome will be a little bit lighter on the memory. Okay, so okay, so basically that's a link that I just did yesterday, and you can post it, and it goes through fine now. So, so Facebook no longer blocks Empower Network. If you domain map it, you can do this, and it makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to do the extra step, and you can share it on any of them. And this will probably be, once you domain map it, it'll never be a problem again. So, so that's kind of how you do that. I'm going to kind of delete this. I apologize for my computer being a little bit slow this evening. I may have to close out some of the programs, I guess, the next time I do this. But I hope, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a question in the comments. If I can answer it, I will. A lot of it, if you're having problem with some of the support or technical problems, you might have to contact support wherever you bought the domain name. But anyway, that's David out. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you later. David out. Bye.